Look on the screen. It says Black Americans employed at the Social Security Administration in 1965. Somebody asked, where are the men at? Where are the men? Women, women, women. That might be some white male. Another white male. Women. Trying to find a black man. Oh, well. So someone posed a question, but where are the men? All these black women working, 1965. Fast forward, 2023, where are the men? Some are building for other communities, or probably sitting at home, waiting for her to bring home that paycheck. Has anything changed for the collective? Who's doing the work? Same thing today. Black women, black women. I wonder if these ladies are fortunate enough to just have the paycheck. Is that check only needed to support them? What you want to bet? 1965, I bet that check was supporting her, her man, or husband, or boyfriend, and those children. A story of a black woman. She's always working. I don't mean the kind that's just sitting there collecting a check, smoking all day. You're not part. Oh my God, different video. Black women and work goes hand in hand. Again, somebody asked on Twitter, where are the men? Where are they today? Rolling around in her vehicle, visiting his baby mama and his mama for a plate. And then if they do get some money, boop, gone. Gone with the wind. Where are the men? That's a good question that was placed on Twitter. It's the same thing today. Black women just working, working, working. I guarantee you, most of these women are sitting up here supporting the family. You may find a few that at this time in this picture that may have been lucky to be single women, just have their check support them and do what they want, their own place. Very few. Same thing today. Very few. Because if not, you and student loans, then you got to take care of your mom. How many of you today are the retirement? Well, Miss Jones, what is your retirement plan? Lakeitha Wins Johnson. Lakeitha is my retirement plan. No, ma'am. Do you have any stocks, Mrs. Jones? Oh, I got some stock from that soup I made. What are you talking about? No, ma'am. Not when I'm at the grocery store, Miss Jones. I mean, what about your retirement? LaQuanda, Ebony, Angela. The retirement plan is pretty much the black woman. Why is that? It's pretty much the black woman. Look, let alone today, how many of you think of them sitting right here got a man eating off that check? How many of them do you think sitting up here had a man eating off that check? Going to work every day making money and always stressed and tired. Why? The money won't go far. Beware the seed of poverty D. A dust bucket child will bring you to your knees. Well, they wouldn't be hiring black men. Okay, that's 1965. So all this time, what have you been doing? Building? Only a fool would sit out there and say, "Well, I just gonna starve." They wouldn't be hiring them black menses. Really? Is that so? They wouldn't hire them. And you couldn't build anything? You couldn't at least try? All this time. If that's the case, and that was in 1965, what's the excuse for now? You still waiting on somebody else to build for you? If you knew then that they didn't want to hire no black men's, So nobody has sense enough to start businesses. But I know, and when in the black community you start a business, the black folks will make sure they definitely don't patronize you. And we can't get along. Sometimes the business owner's so desperate, try to get over. And the customer sure wants something for free. But it's mighty funny that it's not applicable to other people in other communities. Hashtag the short. It's like they destroyed that Walmart. Where are you going to go for food? Start a garden, idiots. And the main one behind might be the main one with those little terror children doing that. Where are the black men sitting at home, probably sitting on the corner? And if you find a few that want to build, good luck for the community. Oh, good luck. You probably end up getting got. So if they didn't want to hire you then, is it a newsflash? So what have you been doing all this time? Decades ago. What have you been doing all this time? This is the same thing for today. I passed by a place and they said it was some kind of office for housing administration or something. And I gotten lost, but I remember seeing a sign out there and all I saw was black women in that line. I thought about it to myself. So, gee, this is a housing place, and I think the housing thing is, that's where you go to sign up for Section 8 to try to get a voucher, get a reduced rent. And I thought about it. I'm like, stop and think. Where are the men? I bet you all of them in that line probably had children. Where are the men? Would you be in that line if you didn't have those children? Probably not. Can make it on. It's easy to support one. You can kind of maneuver. Smaller place, 1 bedroom. Where are the men at? The ladies in that line, where are the men at? Doing what they always do, not building for themselves, let alone you. And you want to holler about you a king? I think a king requires a kingdom, really. 1960, same thing. Look, a lot of these jobs, a whole lot of black women. And I'm tired of, well, the white men don't want to hire him. Okay, so if you knew that and your father knew it and the dummy before him knew it, gee, no one had the conversation. Let's try to build our own. I guess just sit there and starve. Nope, they're not going to do that. Because all they have to do is find a black woman and just go ahead and let her put together a house, an apartment, some clothes, some furniture and food. And he just slide on in. Until she gets pregnant, he's out the door again. He go slide someplace else, contaminate some other woman, make her another baby mama. That's why if you want change, it's going to have to be with the women. That's it. That's the only way. You can keep it up in your mind that your man going to do. Good luck, buttercup. It ain't going to happen, girl. Sorry. Not going to happen. What about your man? You're going to find out. You're going to find out. Where are the men? Some of these same black women, the same thing today. And I bet it was back then. I wasn't born then, but I bet you I'm willing to bet back then they probably was sitting up there paying daycare. I have seen black women with a full grown behind man unemployed and got kids in daycare. What's he doing? You can't get in and watch his own children. He doesn't work, has a history of not working, so it's not like he's actively looking for a job. Why are the kids in daycare? You have to be an idiot. You got a grown-ass man, and you're working a 40-hour-week job, and you paying daycare and got a grown man. He driving around in your car. When I was growing up in America, I've seen a black woman working. She's the only source of income for the family. He picks her up. He drops her off at the job, and then, according to her, drops the children off at school. Then he go back home. He has a whole day, and I'm talking about dropping off kids at the daycare center. Couldn't believe it. Then he picks her up from work, and then picks up the kid, and they go home. Why are you dropping your kid off at the daycare center? One asked me for money, and I asked on blast about somebody. Why can't your husband keep your child? Because why are you paying daycare center? You got a husband, he doesn't work. Well, he said, "Oh, it's him. You up trying to make a man out of a nothing, And he's a nothing. He ain't even worth a minute. You trying to take Mr. GED and make him Mr. MIT. You said to me for some money. What? Well, you can save some money if your husband would keep your child. You can save on daycare. Well, he thinks that he wants the kids to learn. Girl, this your son is what, 2 or 3 years old? This Negro can't teach him ABC. Can he read ABC 1, 2, 3? He can't do that. No, he got to be out in those streets. She said to me, and I stepped back to her, why can't why you can save money by your husband keeping your child? Why is your child in daycare and you got a husband here? See, that way you can save some money. You don't have to ask me for some money, because I am not helping no man. I can tell you right now. He think they can learn. What's they learn when you're around, what, 2 or 3 years old? 1, 2, 3, ABC. He can't do that. No, he doesn't want to be bothered. But she had a man. He doesn't want to be bothered. I've seen one pull the same thing. He got into a car accident. Hold on. He got into a car accident. Get the police report. He said he's by himself. Oh, and he was at fault. Get the police report. A passenger done popped up. And here she is asking us, y'all think it's a mistake? Girl, no, honey. The police have not made a mistake. It is very common for them. They have to put on a report who's all in the vehicle. So you want to think that maybe the cop made a mistake and put an imaginary person on there named Lakeitha. You think so? Well, he said he didn't have no passengers. You can believe your boyfriend or you can believe the policeman. In this case, I'm going to believe the policeman. Why would he lie? It's a phone number, even an address down there for her. Did you call it? No, he said leave it alone. Dum da dum dum dum. He said leave it alone. Well, I'm like this here. The person exists. The cops have not made a mistake and put an imaginary person in the car. They haven't done that, sweetie. There's an address and a phone number. And oh, what happened? Both of them filed on her insurance for injuries. So even though he's at fault, they use that insurance. The passenger got a settlement because she used the injury portion. But your man said he's by himself. Gee, if she hadn't picked up a dust bucket, she wouldn't have she would have been driving herself to work. She wouldn't have had that accident and wouldn't have had that insurance premium decrease. A passenger, a female passenger, huh? He said he's by himself. And here she is. I mean, she brought the report with us for us to see it. I'm like, the person exists. They haven't made a mistake. You think because your man said he's by himself, so he's lying. But here we see evidence of a whole person on here. Phone number, address. It's real simple. You can call it and find out. But I doubt it's cast with a friendly ghost or ghostess in this case. He had a woman in the car when he had that wreck. And that's that. And that guy didn't work. He did not work. And you think things have changed? Probably the same thing around this time. Dude didn't work. And that's why they're there. That's why you find them on these jobs, always upset and disgruntled. Always got an attitude. Because they got a Tyrone at home, and as usual, it's always going wrong. So what are men at? Today, as a working, what are men at? What are the men? Same thing. Black woman, I got to be tired. And you look in this picture here, you might find a few white women, Does Tadana act up too? Here's one white man. But the influx of dust that we have through the comparison, there's no comparison. The influx of dust is it's overwhelming. As usual, a black woman working. Again, I wonder how many of these women sitting up here had to take that paycheck home and had some Negro sitting up there sleeping. Look in her bedroom, it's two, only one going to work. Huh. Think about a lot of black women. Look up in the morning, she getting up. Who resides there? It's two, one going to work. Even from the projects, it's two. How did they get pregnant, you think? Eating Captain Crunch? I doubt that. So yeah, where are the men? Black women, you work, work, work. You can support everybody. Your husband, your baby daddy, your boyfriend, your mama, your deadbeat disappearing daddy, your children. Who's supporting you? It's 2023. You already know what to do. Again, you want to continue to breathe, try to have a decent life, you must stay dust free. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you all think. Again, where are the men?